I'm seeking advice from you all. If you've got any advice or ideas of what you think it might be, leave a comment and let us know. What do y'all think about that oak? The entire top of it, barely got any leaves on it. Lower limbs do have some. We'll still give it some time, see if it'll make it. Welcome to the Rusty Garage and Homestead. My name is Mike. In today's video, you guys can see we're marking trees. And I want to get y'all's thoughts on why we have so many dead trees. Seems like the last few years, we've got more hickory and oak trees dying than I've ever seen before. And you guys can see all the ones we sprayed at the beginning of the video. I'm just barely scratching the surface on the amount of dead oaks and hickories that we have around this property. But I wanted to get a lot of these marked because more than likely I'm not going to get them all cut down come winter time, and it's a lot easier to pick out the dead trees now when everything else has leaves on it versus the dead ones that don't. Now I'll show you all some trees in the north pasture, some big oaks that we were trying to keep that are now dead. And I believe what happened to those was we probably upset the soil enough pushing out other trees with a dozer that it ended up killing them. But we dozed that out probably 7-8 years ago or so, and it seems like the last couple years is when those have started dying. So not sure, that's my suspicion on those. But all these other ones, there's a lot of these that are in timber where I haven't had any heavy equipment or anything like that around them, and they're coming up dead. And some of them have gut leaves on them this spring, and they quickly turned brown and the tree died. Not sure exactly why that happened, but there's a couple of them that are loaded up with leaves already still. There's a few hickories down by the new pond that are that way. So let's go check out some of the other ones. We're still getting a ton of rain. We got a bunch of rain last night, storms last night, pretty severe, and another round of them tonight. You can see this tree. It's got a few green leaves on it, but the majority of this hickory doesn't have anything. Same with that hickory right over there. That one didn't green up at all this spring. So that one's dead. This one, I'm calling it dead because it literally, maybe a quarter of it has leaves on it. That hickory next to it looks real good. These two right here, they were greened up last year, and that one across the pond. That one wasn't greened up last year, but yeah, it's already shedding limbs. But these two last year had leaves on them. Now they don't have anything. And this isn't from the dozer or anything, but it is shedding bark, and there's holes all through it. So are we getting some sort of beetle that's killing our oaks and our hickories? Cows are happy. You guys leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Man, when we dozed this part of the property, we selectively kept a lot of our mature, large oak trees, and most of them are dead now. I mean, not all of them. There's, probably about half of them have died. So I'll get a little closer to those. There's a whole slew of them. We got a fresh blowdown, another one that blew down, and there's 3 or 4 still up there that need to get cut down before they rot. And those are the ones I'm pretty confident we disturbed the soil enough that cause them to die. Okay, I'm not going to mark these ones because I already know they're dead, but that's a blowdown. That thing was hollow. This thing's leaning towards the fence. That one right there's a fresh blowdown. Got two more. Those things are shedding limbs like crazy. Now the thing is, we did do a lot of dozing out here. All of this used to look just like this back here. Thick underbrush, a lot of trees, a lot of stuff. But even over here on my neighbors, let me get you on the shade. You can see he's got dead trees all through his place. You can just see the tops of them. You can't really look in down here because it's so thick, but he has got a lot of dead trees. And I mean, that's right next to a lot of these out in this pasture. But for the majority, it is oak and hickory. We do have one or two walnuts that are dead. That's got to come down too, off back in that timber over there. But with these being dead over here and literally 50 feet away on the neighbor's property, there's other ones dead. It's really making me think it might be some sort of a beetle or some sort of bug or disease that these things are getting. And I don't know, that's a question that I wanted to ask you all. Is there anything that I can spray around the bases of these trees to kill some of these beetles? Or, I don't know, I mean, we've never experienced this before on this scale of having this amount of dead trees. So I'm seeking advice from you all. If you've got any advice or ideas of what you think it might be, leave a comment and let us know. Here's these other ones. Now I planted all this in wheat this last year and none of this was here. This is all fresh. So we need to go ahead and just get these things dropped on the ground before they fall over on a cow. And that is a hickory that the top blew out of. The top's all dead, but the hickory's still green. I'm gonna cut it down too, just as well. And then we've got a lot of, most of this, I'll cut into some of it, but I imagine this probably isn't no good. This is probably just going straight on a brush pile. This tree here, I did try to pick it up here recently with the grapple, the stinger attachment grapple. And it actually had quite a bit of weight to it, so I'll chunk it in a few different places and we'll see if it's good to make firewood out of or if it's going to the brush pile too. Some of this wood, I mean, that's good and hard still, so I don't know. Looks like there's a doty ring right over in here. We'll just have to start getting it cut open and see. That is it. And a little doty on the outside. That looks good. That's junk. That's junk. And that's junk. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll cut into it and we'll look at it that way here sometime. All this is still good. Good wood. But I'm not going to split around the outside just to keep a core center. It'll be destined for the brush pile if that's the case. All right, everyone, I still got a lot more trees to spray. I know this is gonna just be kind of a quick little video for you, but I'm genuinely curious on why some of this stuff is happening, and I don't have an answer for it. So hopefully someone in the comment section will let us know if they've experienced this or if they're dealing with the same thing, or if there's any remedy for it, or if this is, it is what it is, I don't know. But everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these trees that I can get to sprayed. There's a lot of swampy area because of the amount of rain that we've been getting. So some of them I'm not gonna be able to get to until late summer or this winter whenever things freeze up. I could possibly get to it then. The big blowdown that we got down there on that side of the property that we ran one of the saws in testing it. I still can't get down to that because, I mean, I dug those trenches to try to drain some of the water out and it's still just a giant swamp down there. But anyways, everyone, appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you in the next one. Those aren't leaves up there. That's part of this vine. Whatever that vine is growing around that tree.